Demet Özdemir opens up. Who really helped her through her darkest days? What happens when one of Turkey's brightest stars, adored by millions, reveals the personal battles she's faced behind the spotlight? Who stood by Demet Özdemir in her darkest hours, and what has she learned from those difficult moments? Prepare to dive deep into the emotional journey of a star who, for the first time, opens her heart to the world. Hello, and welcome, amazing viewers of magazine news and gossip. We're here to bring you the latest updates and untold stories from the world of celebrities. Before we jump into today's incredible reveal, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay on top of all the exciting updates we share daily. You'll want to stick around for this one, as it's filled with emotion, strength, and stories that will touch your heart. Let's get started. Demet Özdemir speaks out, her hardships and personal triumphs. The beloved Turkish actress Demet Özdemir, known for her captivating performance in the hit series Erkensikas, has opened up about a deeply personal part of her life that has remained hidden from the public eye, until now. Fans have long admired Demet for her talent and beauty, but what most didn't know is that she's faced significant personal challenges that nearly overwhelmed her. For the first time, Demet has chosen to share the real story behind her emotional struggles and how she overcame them. I've been through moments where I felt like my world was collapsing, Demet confesses, her voice filled with sincerity. I questioned whether I had the strength to keep going. These words are unexpected from someone who has always appeared so strong, so invincible on screen, yet Demet's honesty reveals a side of her that resonates with many of her fans who, like her, have faced dark times in their own lives. The silent pillar behind her strength, Demet's biggest supporter, who, you might wonder, was by Demet's side through her toughest moments. Surprisingly, it wasn't a romantic partner or a close friend from the world of showbiz that offered her solace. It was someone much closer to her heart, her mother. In a heartwarming moment during the interview, Demet spoke lovingly about the role her mother has played in her life. "My mother has always been my greatest pillar," Demet revealed with a tender smile. "No matter how busy she is, she has always found time for me, especially when I needed her most. She's an incredibly strong woman, and she's the reason I've been able to get through the hardest times." The actress's voice trembled as she shared these words, showing just how much her mother's presence means to her. Demet continued, describing how her mother's support wasn't just emotional, but also practical. "When I felt like I couldn't go on, my mother would come to my house, cook my favorite meals, or just sit with me in silence. Sometimes, having someone near you is enough to make everything feel a little better." This revelation resonated deeply with Demet's fans, many of whom took to social media to express how touched they were by her words. It also highlighted the universal truth about the role that family, especially mothers, can play in supporting us through life's most difficult moments. The power of friendship, Demet's closest confidants. Beyond the bond she shares with her mother, Demet also credited a small but close-knit group of friends for helping her navigate the emotional challenges of her life. "I have a small group of friends, but they're like family to me," she explained. "With them, I don't need to pretend or put on a show. I can be myself. I can cry. I can laugh. I can be vulnerable without fear of judgment. That kind of friendship is priceless." One name stood out among these friends, Cansu, a fellow actress and a close confidant of Demet. Over the years, Cansu has been mentioned several times by Demet, and their friendship has become the envy of many in the entertainment industry. "Cansu has been like a sister to me," Demet confessed. "I don't know what I would have done without her. She's been there through thick and thin, always knowing exactly when I needed a push or a shoulder to cry on." The fact that Cansu and Demet have been able to maintain such a strong friendship, despite working in a competitive industry, speaks volumes about the authenticity of their bond. "It's rare to find someone in this world who truly understands you, especially in the entertainment business," Demet explained. "Cansu has been that person for me. When things got tough, she was the one who encouraged me to keep going, to never give up." Finding balance in a high-pressure world. In an industry as demanding as showbiz, finding balance is often one of the biggest challenges. Demet opened up about the immense pressure that comes with being in the public eye, sharing how she has learned to cope with the weight of expectations. When you have a public career, even the smallest issues can become overwhelming. It's easy to feel like everything is spiraling out of control, she admitted. But having people who truly support you makes it easier to stay grounded and remember what's really important. Demet also spoke candidly about the importance of mental and emotional well-being, something she has focused on over the past few years. I've learned to give myself time, to not be so hard on myself when things don't go as planned, she shared. Sometimes the biggest obstacle we face is ourselves. I had to learn to be kinder to myself, to not push myself to be perfect all the time. Therapy, a valuable tool in Demet's journey. One of the most significant revelations Demet made during her interview was her decision to seek therapy, a topic that remains somewhat taboo in parts of Turkish society. I'm not afraid to say it. I go to therapy, and it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made, Demet stated boldly. Talking to someone who isn't involved in my life, someone who can offer an impartial perspective, has been incredibly helpful. Demet's openness about her experience with therapy has broken an important cultural barrier, encouraging others to take care of their mental health just as they would their physical health. Taking care of our mental health is just as important as taking care of our bodies, and I think it's something we should all talk about more openly, she added. Acting as an escape and a challenge. Demet also reflected on how acting has been both a refuge and a challenge for her during difficult times. Acting has always been a form of escapism for me, she said. Through my characters, I can channel my emotions, and in a way, that's helped me process what I'm feeling in real life. However, Demet also acknowledged that this escape can sometimes blur the lines between her personal life and the roles she plays. It's hard to completely separate yourself from your characters, she explained. Sometimes the emotions I portray on screen start to mix with what I'm feeling in real life, and that can be exhausting. Looking toward the future. Despite the challenges she's faced, Demet remains optimistic about the future. I've been through a lot, but I've also grown a lot, she reflected. And the most important thing I've learned is to surround myself with people who truly care about me, who love me for who I am. With her career on the rise and a strong support system behind her, Demet is ready to face whatever comes next. I don't know what the future holds, but I know that with the love of my family, my friends, and my own inner strength, I can handle anything. For her fans, this interview has been a rare glimpse into the life of one of Turkey's most beloved stars. Demet Özdemir has shown that, behind the glamorous facade, she is a real person with real struggles, just like anyone else. But more importantly, she has shown that with the right support and personal resilience, it's possible to overcome even the darkest days. Thank you for watching and following us here at Magazine News and Gossip. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video to stay updated on all the latest news. See you next time.